I am officially living in the worst timeline. There has got to be an infinite number of GovXIVs in an infinite number of multiverses and timelines. Yeah, I am the only GovXIV that exists in the same timeline, where Kunamitsu is not a fan-made BlazBlue character created by some foid who lives in a sewage containment system. At this point in my life, I am low-key starting to understand why that one doctor from that bad Spider-Man movie was trying to turn us all into chameleons and Komodo dragons, bro. Because the alternative is having fully functioning human beings creating fighting game characters like Kunamitsu. These tekken devs have about the same amount of social awareness as a dude doing a backflip in a room of people who just stepped on landmines. There is not a single soul in existence who asks for Kunamitsu in Tekken 7, and there are minus souls who ask for Kunamitsu in Tekken 8, and for her to be the exact same weeb, cornball, fuck character as the one that we just had in Tekken 7. If you thought that Kunamitsu was going to have some type of redemption arc where she stopped being a slut for more than 5 seconds, put away her kunai, and actually scrap like a regular human being, you might have 16 brain tumors and a brain-eating parasite, or you got bit by one of Bill Gates' ticks. I recently got back into Tekken and it's actually been kind of a somewhat fun experience. I get on the game, I click 50-50s with Armor King, and I get dopamine hits from spamming throws and doing sidestep dark uppers. It's pretty fun. However, being reminded that Kunamitsu is meant to be added to this game has killed any future enjoyment I can get from this game, because every time I clap an opponent now, I'm going to be thinking to myself, next week, my brain dead opponent is going to whitewash me because he decided to spend $6 on Kunamitsu and clap my shit. On a little random note, the USA has a serious gun control problem. It is literally harder to not get shot at school than it is to pay taxes that go to Jews to fund companies like BlackRock, which fund the companies which give us shit games like Tekken.
Hello, this is GUV.XIV. Ticks are just a part of nature, and I think red meat is bad and gives you heart attacks. That's why I'm eating McDonald's LOL. I'm just on holiday in Israel at the moment. There is so many skibidi baddies. Ha ha ha. Anyways, I'm feeling very suicidal, so if I disappear, it's because I accidentally ate Tide Pods. Mayo. Anyways, let's get back to our cool and wicked Tekken 8 BlackRock approved content. Stay dope.
But gun control is the least of any of our worries, even if you're in the US, because whereas an angry American kid can go and buy an assault rifle and shoot some people in certain places, everyone with a PlayStation Network account or Steam account can buy Kunamitsu for $6 and rip who is ever on the other side of the screen for as long as Tekken 8 has online servers. For those of you who don't know, the Kunamitsu gameplay trailer dropped the other day, and it is exactly what most of us was expecting. Weeb shit from beginning to end.
7 levels of being into anime! That get!
This video isn't going to be a reaction video or whatever. I really just want to talk about how bummy this character is and what on earth is the logic behind adding a cornball of this caliber to a game most of us think is at least headed into a decent direction. Gameplay aside, this character visually is fucking terrible, bro. I don't know what it is, and I've said this before, but I don't know why in Tekken 8, with almost every character in the game, they have decided to forego the character's unique color palettes in favor of incredibly bland and repeated colors. Kunamitsu, as much as I heavily dislike the character, has always had a good design. The purple and red is instantly recognizable even in the Tekken 7 skin, where her actual hair isn't fully red, she just has red highlights everywhere. What the fuck is this? If this character didn't have the fox mask and she kept her kunai in her pocket, what even suggests to you that this is Kunamitsu? This could dead ass be a 16-year-old Japanese girl who got lost on her way home from Comic-Con, bro. If I was to remove the head of this character, this could genuinely be Zafina. And if you guys are thinking, oh, you could do this with every female character, no you can't. And I will show you. This is the most lily ass drip imaginable. The most lily ass pose imaginable. Where this is different from her regular costumes, we still know this is Nina because the purple and the leather. Asuka's big ass hands and light blue colors, instantly recognizable. Anna, come on, bro. Now look at Kunamitsu. This could be anyone, bro. It looks like Zafina from Tekken 8. They keep whitewashing characters' color palettes and I don't know why. Before Tekken 8, Jin's whole thing, black and red. Tekken 8, grey. Paul's whole thing before Tekken 8, bright red, big blonde hair. Tekken 8, brown with dirty Karen hair. Bro, Lee, blues, whites, purples in Tekken 8, covered in armor, which makes the whole thing less flamboyant, which Lee is supposed to be. I could go on, but this is just an example of dudes who don't give a fuck making games. However, hold the line, guys. This secondary skin she has, this might actually be one of the best skins in the game, bro. I said it. I hate so much that it is on Kunimitsu out of all the characters, but this cyberpunk only schoolgirl shit is genuinely one of the most fire designs I have seen in a hot minute from this game, bro. As much as we all hate the character, you can't hate the drip, bro. The difference between this and the default is night and day. With the default, you can complain about how the character isn't recognizable and all of that, but the secondary doesn't hold that kind of responsibility, so there's more room to do kind of whatever you want, and whoever designed this shit cooked. This actually looks sick. Every part that is armored complements the main drip so well. I don't know what it is. Again, I hate this is on Kunimitsu, but if this was a Reina skin, I think I would just be a Reina main. I can't lie, I'm a simp for real, guys. Armor King does not have drip like this, bro. Armor King puts on a Radon cape and calls it a day. This is actually so fucking clean. But as we all know, all things in this world must be balanced, guys. I cannot talk about anything more that is good with Kunimitsu because there is nothing to talk about. Her gameplay, as expected, is the biggest power of dog shit that I have ever seen. Although that is somewhat of an exaggeration, and it to me is like the pinnacle of goofy cornball bullshit that Tekken 8 can offer. And then it's Kunimitsu. Just to give you guys a gauge of what we're dealing with here, back turn bullshit, armor bullshit, teleporting bullshit. She has that cornball Lola as Athena has that goes into stance, I'm assuming. Stance bullshit, naturally. Cornball cringe kunai weeb animations. Cringe blazing scarf heat bullshit. And apparently, she is now also my Shiranui, which is absolute blasphemy. I would make it my utmost priority to subscribe to the channel. If you like Tekken content, if you like other fighting game content, if you like hearing me ramble on about how the world is run by fucking lizards, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Eat 50-50 bullshit, full crouch 50-50 bullshit. She still has that gay ass 2 string that they are obsessed with giving to every single new character. There definitely won't be a bot that makes it to orange rank spamming that shit. And finally, she has the worst rage art in the entire game. I don't know how Tekken as a franchise can go from grounded fights, hand-to-hand combat, to 5'1" Japanese teen spawns a giant samurai sword from thin air. The same weapon Kensei from For Honor uses as a 6'+ male. This 5'1" Japanese teen then proceeds to spawn 5 other samurai swords from thin air, directing them at the opponent through the sheer power of her mind, like she is some type of Alakazam or Mr. Mime. She then proceeds to apply death by 1,000 cuts to the opponent before delivering the final blow, which for some reason spawns a cutesy anime filter over my screen like some Deadpool interaction in Marvel Rivals. Oh, I forgot they also teleport to Japan somewhere in this cutscene as well. Do ninjas use magic? Honestly, I don't understand how the MCs of this game ever had trouble fighting Ogre and Azazel and all of these other Hall of Fame school threats when Kunimitsu can travel between any location and Japan until these dudes get motion sickness and everyone can just jump them. These trailers have seriously become the most try-hard things in existence. I honestly wish the dev team worked half as hard as the marketing team does for these trailers, bro, because we might actually have a peak game if they did. And I'm not even saying that the marketing team are doing a good job, they're not. But at least these motherfuckers are putting in some effort, man. Like, things have gotten so low for this franchise that in the trailers, we now have choreographed Tekken. In the trailers, bro. I'm dying. Cheese Yoni is the channel that I usually see making these choreographed Tekken fights, and bro, I seriously hope that they got you on payroll for real, because I ain't never seen them do some shit like this. I'm being so serious. We have actually come to a place in time where making brain-dead monkey characters has stopped being enough to appeal to a mass audience, that we now need to do Tekken choreography in every trailer. Bro, I can guarantee you that everyone who sees this, who isn't literally a new player to the entire genre of fighting games, knows this is some bullshit right here, bro. Whoever made this trailer was really trying to make out like Kuni and Raven were on some Sasuke Naruto shit doing synchronized backflips after feeling out their strength for a second. These guys ain't slick, bro. They're not slick. Bro, when I was in school, there was 2 disabled kids in my year. One had like Down syndrome, his name was Connor, and the other one was... something just wasn't clicking there, bro. Something wasn't clicking. Like, one time our English teacher made us watch Chicken Run, and he started screaming at the screen, bro, like, ah! Like, well, his name was Kyan or something. Kunamitsu and Raven are closer to Kyan and Connor than Sasuke and Naruto. Please stop posting this weeb shit to promote my fighting game. Please, I beg. Guys, as much as I've complained, I don't want to jump the gun here. After seeing this trailer, do I actually think that Kunamitsu is going to be broken? Yes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how Tekken designs their female characters, but they either make them broken, in the case of Anna, in the case of Nina, in the case of Lily, who nobody ever talks about for some reason, but you can look at the rest, or they make them incredibly unenjoyable to play against. And in the case of Kunamitsu, she is very likely going to be both. This is very clearly the "Hello casuals, come and play our cool fighting game" in this year's pass, so making Kunamitsu mid just wouldn't be in their best interest if they want to keep those new casual players playing the game. So, if you have one brain cell, we can conclude that Kunamitsu will be broken without looking at back turn armor, without looking at teleporting bullshit and free stance bullshit and advancing stance bullshit. Look man, I sound like a broken record every time I hop into a Tekken video, but I seriously don't know how any of you guys are going to be able to play this game when this character comes out. Like, that is going to be unbearable. I already know that everyone is just going to spam this character. We're going to see 15 videos of dudes going first God 1 Kunamitsu, and it's just going to be them spamming stance 50-50s. Guys, I need you all to just play Invincible Versus and call it a day. Like, if you're going to play a bullshit game, at least play a bullshit game that is enjoyable and somehow has less eye rip than the game that is supposed to be a 1v1. And it doesn't have Kunamitsu in it. It doesn't have Kunamitsu in the game. That's also a great thing. No Kunamitsu, okay? One thing I really want to think about, looking at this trailer, thinking about how the recent patches have changed the game, is how Kunamitsu is actually going to function, and what are the other DLC characters like Bob Roger, and whatever cringe Final Fantasy character they want to add next. We all know that Heat got nerfed, and to be honest, this trailer, from what I can see, didn't show too much Heat bullshit specifically, other than she has a full launcher from Heat Dash, which a lot of characters lost, but it's not like they lost out on every move, and this Heat armor, I need to know how this move works. If these fire pillar things are just visual effects that only activate if you land the move, then it's not bad. But if it is literally just full screen armor, I don't think it is, but this move may cause me to change my tune very quickly. Very quickly. But as it stands, I think that this character is technically falling within the new lines this Tekken dev team has drawn, where the heat is toned down and these super powerful moves are still powerful but aren't given egregious rewards as they were before. So I think it's safe to assume that Bob and Roger are going to be mid as fuck because they don't have waifu privilege, which I'm not even mad at. Like, there's still a conversation to be had with Kunamitsu even being broken, to be honest with you. I think the character is going to be unfun to play against at the very least, and it does look like she has all of the noob things, like an infinite range down forward 2, advancing stance shit, cringe armor, full screen kunai like Victor's gun, but that's just like regular Tekken 8 shit at this point. I genuinely don't see anything too overpowered here, I don't think, but I haven't also looked at Tekken in a while, so take my word with a grain of salt. But guys, what do you guys think? Is Kunamitsu going to be broken? Is she going to be like most of the other DLC and be mid? Are you even still playing Tekken? Let me know down below. And if you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And until next time, guys.